Fargo, North Dakota, a place known for its cold winters, its friendly people, and occasional wood chipper incidents. But I wasn't there for the weather or local hospitality. I was there to face PRX and squash the Jammergate beef once and for all. So I made a video calling out the similarities between the PRX Halo arms and the Vendetta strength and athletics adapters and the GymPin Kaizen adapters. It would be hard for PRX to say they didn't know about our products because of what Garrett said in this Massonomics video from Home GymCon. So I made a video, I was pissed, and I just put it all out there. My video went out into the world and got way more views and comments than I expected. What did PRX do? They responded with a video that seemed a little insincere and looked really awkward. Big names in the home gym community posted in support of us.
Here's my take on the whole PRX situation. Maybe I'll do a video later that details it more. I was expecting something different from PRX, to be honest.
All right, so personally not a big fan of this response. Very condescending in my opinion, and
it really seemed like we had some momentum on our side. Meanwhile, I had people in my DMs telling me that PRX could sue me for defamation. So yeah, I was seriously stressing over getting hit with the lawsuit because that's what happens when you piss off $1 million company. I could just see it. Kyle, the DIY guy who just wanted to share an idea on social media, sued into oblivion by PRX Performance. But then something strange happened. PRX saw the community's reaction to their video and they realized that they messed up. So they decided to change tactics. They asked to set up a video call, and on that video call, they invited me to Fargo, North Dakota. Now, the rational part of my brain was like, cool, they want to work things out. But the irrational part of my brain was like, no, they're gonna throw you in a wood chipper. But hey, who doesn't love a little risk, right? So I packed my bags and got ready to see what was in store for me in Fargo. Would we work things out and maybe forge a business relationship? Or would it turn into full-scale war? I managed to convince PRX to let me bring Jake with me. Now I had two reasons for this. One, it's more fun traveling with a buddy. And two, I know that two bodies are gonna be harder to get rid of in Fargo. We boarded the plane and left Indianapolis. Waiting for us in Fargo at the airport was Britton from Vendetta Strength and Athletics. Britton, by the way, was another guy caught up in this whole Jammergate fiasco. He makes these bolt-on adapters. When you see the Halo arms next to arms that have his adapters, it's hard to miss the similarities. So with everyone together, the next question was, where to? Justin from PRX had invited us to a lake house in Minnesota, which was only about an hour drive from the airport. When we got there, the whole crew was waiting. Brian Brosh, the CEO, Eric Hopperstad, or Hopper, the COO, Justin Kleckner, the president, and Austin Bierenkott, the director of product. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't a little tense at first. I think we were all just trying to feel each other out. But I mean, who doesn't love being on a boat on a beautiful day? We each took turns wake surfing. The PRX guys were all super good, which makes sense. They probably all have lake houses and spend all summer on the water. Britton and I managed to get up pretty quickly. Jake, not so much. He ended up taking in a lot of lake water. This time, I was starting to warm up to these guys. Maybe they're not as evil and as corporate as I originally thought. Seeing Brian out on a fucking wakeboard, catching a beer, I was like, hell yeah, dude. This guy's so cool. Like, that was really impressive. Tuesday morning, we were up early and off to the PRX headquarters. The team greeted us and kicked things off with a tour. Right there at the entrance, there was this huge mural on the wall depicting some of the most pivotal moments in PRX's history.
Came by a lake, there's campfire, and got the idea and got everything filed like almost like the following week. Really proud of Made in the USA, and we always wanted to build and create local jobs. And then 2016, Shark Tank, that's a fun story. And obviously, the dumpster fire happened in 2020 with COVID. This is our building, it's flooded.
This mural showing the struggles, the ups and the downs to get to where they are, it really humanized these guys for me. It's not shown on the wall, but Hopper actually went years without a paycheck while he was grinding to make PRX happen. Anyway, back to the wall. They joked that 2024's entry is gonna be Jammergate. I'm not gonna lie, I think that's probably the best idea I've ever heard in my life. Next up, we met this guy.
Hi, I'm TK, and this is the tank. If you aren't familiar with our equipment, it's wall-mounted, space-saving, folding squat racks. I'm just kidding.
This area is called the Tank. It's a showroom where potential customers can come check out their equipment in person.
All right, we're not gonna use that.
No, Jake's just really bad at unfolding benches. TK is a pro.
So watch your toes and grip here, and go up. One of the favorite pieces of content that the guys put together on this is I think we had 2,200 pounds of like sandbags and humans standing on this. And the product then failed and the wall didn't fail. So like the funny story to that is everyone thinks that your wall is gonna come crashing down. Like you put all this weight on there and we've designed it so that it's not gonna happen. The wall's not gonna come down. But it's kind of a funny thing that we have to deal with it.
Seriously, you can never have enough wall storage. Then we took a tour of the warehouse, seeing everything from raw steel coming in to lasers and robotic welders doing their thing. Watching the people who work here, it's clear and you can tell they're passionate about what they do. So naturally, I thought, I can totally do this. So they handed me a sprayer and allowed me to powder coat some uprights. So if you've ordered a rack recently and the paint job's a little hit or miss, yeah, that's on me. But don't worry, someone came in after me and fixed everything I messed up. After that, we took a break. We went into this room and decided to recreate the Last Supper. And then we recorded a podcast. You can catch the full conversation over at the Garage Gym Radio YouTube channel. This is where all the employees go to work out and where, at the end of the trip, I almost died. But more on that later. As I walked into the gym, I immediately noticed them. There they were. The PRX Halo arms, the things that brought me all the way here to Fargo, North Dakota. Seeing them in person, they were less intimidating than I expected. They were actually pretty chill. I gave them a whirl, Britton tried them out, and we were both impressed by how much we actually liked them. After that, we headed off to a secret business meeting. We talked about collaboration and future projects. I didn't take any video though, so you have to subscribe to see how those projects turn out. Trust me, you're gonna wanna stick around for that. Day 2 ended with dinner, some beer, and a shot of tequila. That's when things got real. We talked about the raw emotions that we felt at the beginning of all this. Anger, fear, hurt feelings. I admitted I was worried that they were gonna take legal action against me. They said at one point that was on the table. Everything was on the table, even murder. Okay, no. They weren't gonna murder me. Operating out of fear in that moment, there were a lot of ways that this could have escalated. They decided their best course of action was to respond with a video explaining their stance. As we all know, that video didn't go over very well. After seeing the community's reaction to their video, they decided, let's take another swing at this, let's reach out, and the rest is history. At the table, we just kept saying how this was just a crazy, untraditional way to get here, but we were all super grateful to be there. You can imagine a different scenario where both sides continue to escalate and we go to full-scale war and then no one comes out unscathed. After dinner, Jake and Britton and I went out for a nightcap at Drecker. Shout out to an awesome brewery with some really cool merch. When we got back to the Airbnb, we were still buzzing from the day. We just had a full day with PRX.
I think it was more than I expected. The conversations that we had were just 100% down to earth, just legit. I mean, they're just bros like all of us.
The big thing that I took away was, we hear about PRX as this big company, and it's really just a lot of normal folks and a successful brand that has grown to like 60 employees, but they're still scraping and trying to get by.
And yeah, the people that are in their shop building stuff, they're just North Dakotans, Fargo people, just cranking it out.
I think it was cool to just kind of hear them actually like own up, say, hey, we did kind of mess up in this situation. Yeah. And it sounds like they want to make it right and make it right in a big way. So
the next morning, Britton was already gone by the time Jake and I woke up. Justin picked up Jake and I for one last stop at PRX HQ. Jake had requested a morning workout and the whole PRX crew was invited. This guy, Bales, was super hyped and he threw together a workout of the day for all of us. We paired up and Brian picked me as his workout buddy. Sure, I thought, there's no way this guy's gonna outlift me. And then the squats started. Have you ever been in the situation where your body's screaming, I'm done, but you have all these people cheering you on, you have cameras in your face and stuff? What else can you do but keep pushing? So I did, over and over. By the time we got to bench press, I was gassed. Brian totally outlifted me. I tried to seem tough, but man, my legs were dead. I'm recording this video 5 days after the workout and my legs are still a little sore. I'm not entirely convinced this guy Bales wasn't trying to kill me. As Jake and I boarded our plane back home, I couldn't help but think of all the connections we made. 6 weeks ago, they might have wanted to punch me in the face or pursue legal action, but in the end, we all found common ground. PRX isn't some evil conglomerate out to steal ideas. They're a small US-based company supporting their local economy. We may have started off on the wrong foot, but everyone deserves a second chance. Sometimes, you just gotta take that windy road and see where it leads, man. Okay, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I will see you next time.